Ali. I'm one of the physios from treatmyachilles.com. We're an online virtual physiotherapy service helping people rehabilitate their Achilles problems. So that could be rehabilitation from a tear, a rupture, or with Achilles tendonitis or tendinopathies. One of the most common and frequently used exercises to strengthen the calf that you would find if you did a Google search, or you may have been given by a healthcare professional, is a calf raise. So that's where you raise up onto your tiptoes and come back down again. Now there's a large variety of these where you might be biasing more the downward movement, you might be doing both up and down, you might be off a step, you might be on one leg, you might be with weight or two legs. This is something that needs to be discussed with a healthcare professional who can look at your Achilles, where you're at the moment and where you want to go to. What I want to do today is just clear up one of the most common questions I get sent or asked when I've talked about calf raises with a patient, and it's about whether you wear shoes or not to do that. So there are two schools of thought here. If you are to do these exercises in bare feet, one, you'll be able to look at your control and your alignment of how you're moving your foot and your ankle. What I mean by that is, are you keeping everything nice and straight and facing 12 o'clock, or are you twisting or rotating more easily? The second is that with bare feet, you can move through your full entire range of movement. And again, this could be on the floor or it could be off a step, depending on what you've been advised to do. So that means you're going all the way to the top of your movement and all the way back down again. When you're wearing shoes, this can be a lot more comfortable, particularly if you're doing these exercises on a very regular basis. And quite commonly, Achilles exercises are given either once a day or multiple times a day, or at the absolute least, multiple times a week. If you're then doing that a lot with no shoes on and putting a lot of pressure onto your toes, you may then start feeling some pain or irritation underneath the knuckles of your toes, or indeed into the foot itself. So therefore it is more important to do these exercises than not. So wearing good supportive footwear or trainers, or those that have been given orthotics from a podiatrist or someone similar, you might want to put those into your shoes and use those. If you're concerned about the range of movement change, i.e. you've got a sole in your shoe, so now your heel can't go all the way down to the floor, then this is something to discuss with your healthcare professional. And quite often I let people do these exercises with trainers and shoes on, because it means we can do them more regularly with more comfort. And then as people get to a certain point in their rehabilitation, we may start to change that range of movement. So if you were doing it off the floor, we might start to drop slightly off a book or a step, or drop all the way off the step. And therefore you are strengthening that Achilles all the way through the movement, whether you have shoes on or not. There may be a case that some people don't end up dropping off a step, and that is completely okay, but again, that needs to be guided by your healthcare professional. So in summary, yes, you can look at quality more easily and you might be able to get better range without shoes on, but if we're looking at longevity and how many times you might be doing this exercise, wearing shoes for comfort is completely okay, and speak to your professional about how you might adapt those exercises in that situation. Thank you very much.